G'day. Today I want to show you how the locals travel. So I'm going to jump on a minibus and take a ride to our local shopping centre. So stick with me.
Don't need to be no rich hand. Everyone just needs a hand to hold on to.
Okay, we've got a minibus coming now, and you wave it down just like a taxi. He didn't think I was stopping. It seems like he didn't think I wanted to get on, but that's okay. I'll just sit at the back so we've got the best position to do some videoing. I'm not sure, it's a Saturday, so I'm not sure how many people we're going to get on here, but it might get a bit full. Don't worry about that dog, he's happily sleeping. A soy dog will find anywhere that they want and just lay down. There's a little English school that's normally open on a Saturday and Sunday in the morning. English teacher from the local high school at Paknam. She teaches there on the weekends. Anytime you see a structure set up on the footpath, you'll either be able to get food or drink or even both there. The minibus has the same set route that it travels, but it can stop anywhere along that route. All you need to do is to hail the driver, and yeah, he'll pull over and pick you up. So the 14-kilometre journey, it costs 12 baht, so it's pretty cheap. Albeit a bit rocky. Just passing a man's hairdresser and one of the 5 pharmacies that are in the village. You've got the little buttons on the roof, and you press one of those when you want to get off. These buses can get very full, and so we have the railings along the top here, so people will hold on to those. The seats will be full, and mainly it's the if it is full, younger children and older people, they'll be sitting down, and everybody else will be standing up and holding on, or standing up on the back ledge here and holding on. So this is one of the regular little stops in our village. It's just a shaded area where people can wait for the minibus. There's a taxi stand near here as well, so people can also wait in the shade there for the taxi. Over there is the area for the morning market. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon, and it's pretty quiet. Many of the vendors, they don't work in the midday sun. They'll either work early in the morning, or they'll work at night, or even both. And the 7-Eleven, just so you can get your bearings, and our Lotus Express. This is one of the spots where village administration has just laid grass and planted trees just to make the place look a bit nicer. It's the administration building for the for the village. Our tennis basketball court. So we're heading out of the village, so we're passing some of the larger homes. What Thais call single homes. Onto the main road now. The location of our village is pretty good in the fact that it does back onto a main road. As you would know from other videos, it is quiet in the village, but yeah, we've got great access to get onto a main road and to actually get out of the area. So much of this area is still undeveloped. We just passed a restaurant that's called Mr. Dog, literally translated to Mr. Dog. We haven't been there before, but it's very popular. This building's a hardware and construction supermarket, sort of like a Thai version of Bunnings. Many of these little restaurants have surprisingly good views at the back of them, overlooking fish farms, and they come alive at night. We're just passing a fish farm. We haven't actually, there's quite a few people go there. We haven't actually tried it. Tara's quite happy to eat fish, but she won't go fishing, and she certainly won't kill a fish. That's the only fish farm in the area where you can actually go fishing. Most of the fish farms just sell to their commercial customers. There are a lot of businesses in the area that operate in the construction and the manufacturing industry. And you'll find a lot of workers from Myanmar, Laos and Cambodia living in apartments around here. Just passing another village, a smaller village to the one that we live in. I'm hoping my image stabilization is working on the camera. This is certainly a bit of a bumpy ride. To our left is an example of the apartments that a factory worker will live in. Yet another village. Because it's early afternoon on a Saturday, there's not too many passengers for the minibus to stop for. The green building are more apartments, and it probably costs about 3,000 baht per month to stay in a home like that. This market is at industrial Bangkok, and people are arriving now just to set up for the evening trade. We're about to pull up at another bus shelter, where generally a lot of people jump on. Alright, okay, only one person jumped on. Across the road it gets pretty full of an evening. They have a night market. There's not too many vendors there now. Eventually I'll get around to visiting all of the markets in our area. Construction happening. It's a commercial building. Another village, there's mainly apartments in there. The village was developed as low income housing. The prices of the homes for 400,000 baht, and they were only sold to Thai people who were going to live there. You couldn't rent them out. Just past a medical clinic that we normally go to if we're sick. It's linked to a local private hospital. On the left-hand side of the road is where they set up the walking street market every Friday, Saturday and Sunday nights. We've just stopped at the entrance to another village, and a stack of kids are getting on. It looks like the conductor's also getting on. She was sitting in the front of the vehicle, so she's going to make sure that two things: the kids stay safe, and also that she collects all the money. Well, the conductor is just collecting all the money. Yep. A lot of fish farms in this whole area. Even the village that we used to live in, the village that we live in, that whole area used to be a fish farm. passing another large market on Prakasar Road that neither Tara or I have ever been to, but it's certainly on our list of places to take our video camera to for you. The driver's going to have to stop in a minute and put his name down on a timesheet. The company monitors how fast the driver travels the route. If he's going too slow, he's essentially robbing other drivers of passengers. And if the driver is caught doing that, the company will probably ban him for a couple of days from driving. Each driver actually rents the minibus from the company on a daily basis. The shopping centre is just around the corner now. Been on the minibus for about half an hour. With good traffic, that's normally what it takes. In good traffic, it's normally a pretty fun trip. Just if you're stuck in traffic, if there's traffic jam, it can get pretty hot in the back of the minibus. I'll let everybody jump off, and then I'm going to head straight for the shopping centre to the air conditioning. And I'll wander around and I'll video that for you. And I'll produce that in a separate video. Before we got a car, travelling on the minibus was one of the main ways that Tara and I used to get around. We'd only use a taxi to get home if we had bags of groceries. Thanks for watching. You're so Jai. And don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, click like, and if you loved it, subscribe. Take care.